All right. This was actually kind of hard for me to choose because is anybody in here like less into fuckboys and more just into like men with criminal records? Anybody? But it's like he was weird. He had herpes and hickeys. He didn't have a job, and mine is like, oh my god, he's going to jail again. I don't want to make you guys sad, you know? Like the last guy I seriously dated, like the judge was like 25 to life. I was like, he's so committed. Like, you ever seen a man in handcuffs? You're like, oh my god, you were the one that didn't want this to get serious. Like, you know? I have a black belt in toxic white men. Okay, he's dead now though, so that's good, right? He's dead. Yeah, he's not. He has diabetes, though. You should be careful. So I paid somebody. I was like, if you could just, like, feed him a Carvel ice cream cake in jail, that would be amazing. Okay. You can't hit women if you lost a foot. Like, you know? You're like, he would have been like, I'm going to get you. Like, you know. We're not going to get into him. We're going to get into, a guy that I thought was too good to be true. Okay. My fuckboy, Jake. Boo, Jake. Don't do that, I love him. Okay. I'm so still in love. Okay, I wasn't allowed to actually put his face up here, so I did an AI-generated photo. What he had going for him, loved my comedy. We met when I was opening for a phenomenal comedian, Mark Norman. Yeah? And he came up to me after the set. And as women in comedy, whenever men come up to you after a set, your guard goes up a little bit, because you know they're going to say something fucking stupid, right? Like, so I was waiting for him to be like, I did stand-up once, and it went pretty all right. And, like, I've done a lot of things one time that went pretty all right, like anal. Twice. Not making a career out of that. I see him, I give him my number, yada, yada, yada. That's it. But he said, I thought you were really funny. I'd love to take you to dinner. I said, sure, whatever. He had a great job. He worked in tech. Classic. In Miami. He worked in tech and didn't pay for things in crypto. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Miami, but most men there look like characters from Grand Theft Auto. He was the head of tech and development for this thing called the Underline, where it's like a park that's supposed to build community and sustainability and eco-friendly spaces in Miami. Most men, you're like in Miami, you're like, what do you do for a living? And most Miami men are like, listen to me, like, and you're like, no, I just like, what's your job? And most Miami men are like, it's going to be vibing, grinding, connecting the dots. I'm gonna get you on a list. I got a bottle, hello, listen, don't worry about it. I know everybody. It's a network. It's gonna be crazy. Like, you know, you guys are not appreciating. My IUD just fell out. Like, I don't have health insurance. It's gone. Okay. Yeah, you're like, chill out, you know, we're in an Applebee's, everybody calm down. Like, just, so he had a great job, good money, great apartment. Had a stronger emotional connection to his dog, George, than I did with him. But, you know, he had a cute dog, he was very dedicated to his dog. It's a green flag, you're right. Don't turn this into a town hall meeting. I feel like some girlies in here will get this. He was like 90% of the list, right? Right, if you work with any like therapists or intimacy coaches, they make you like make a list, right, of like your ideal guy. Down to like, what does he look like? What does he smell like? What's his relationship with his mom? How big is his dick? What kind of music does he like? What's in his bank account? What kind of food does he like? And you know, when I looked at it afterwards, I had made that list years earlier, and Jake was like 90% of the list, right? Most men don't have a headboard, so this was huge. If you're not laughing, you don't have a headboard. The women are with me, and the men are like, this midget is angry. And last but certainly not least, huge motherfucking cock. Let's go!
Red flag.
I agree, actually. Do you know when it's so big, girls, that when he whips it out, you literally just go, oh, whoa. Like, that's what I said the first time we had sex. I went, wow. And then I made it weird, and I was like, I could get used to this. He was like, why did you just turn into your Italian dad? Like, what's happening? Like, let me tell you, I'm gonna wrap my mouth around that. You put that in marinara, I'll suck it. All right. And of course, perfect first date, right? We were gonna go get drinks and dinner, and then I said, actually, I forgot I have a spot, and he said, I'd love to see you perform again. In my spot, did drinks, did not have sex with him on the first date, which is me breaking patterns, okay? Because I'm always like, I'm a girl boss, and then I'm 2 martinis in, and I'm like, rail me. Immediately, I have no self-respect. Don't get any ideas, tennis club, okay? But I liked him, and when we like him, girls, what do? We wait, right? Right? Men are always like, she fucked me so soon, it's because she's obsessed with me. No, if I fuck you soon, that's because I know, but I saw a future with him, so I only let him eat me out. Now, he was hungry, all right. So what are we in now? Like 4 months? 4 months, seeing each other a couple times a week, great sex, great everything, great apartment, huge cock, great dog. What could have gone wrong? Everything. Okay. All right, red flags. He was living in Seattle beforehand, and he always alluded to leaving Seattle for Miami because of a relationship. And anytime I tiptoed around it, never opened up about it. But it was a relationship, and things just didn't work out, and he still seems very bitter, right? I know, that's why it's on the red flags line. Oh, okay, first date assumptions. I didn't like this. When we were vibing and a couple drinks in, I made some joke and he goes, oh, so I guess you are gonna put out tonight. And I didn't, but like I said, cunnilingus is just an act of feminism. Now, he was always braggy about how many people he slept with, always bragging, always bringing up like flings and flags and things and like, oh, this girl and that girl, and I had a really hot fling with this girl, and I was like, I don't want to hear about this. What is this, Love Island? Like, kind of a people pleaser, a little bit. I told him he was a great communicator and he was really good at texting, and then a couple dates in, he said, I feel like I'm not going to be able to actually maintain that for you. What? Who's saying wow?
That was a huge red flag for somebody.
It's actually kind of a green flag because he's like, listen, I'm going to be real. I'm going to let you down. And I think a red flag is that he has a huge cock.
Look, it's a gift and a curse, okay?
It's a blessing and a... See me after. All right, how it started. Seeing each other multiple times a week, and he was initiating. Yay. Running errands together, walking his dog, meeting his friends, doing coupley things. Yay. Strong communication. Astrologically compatible.
What sign?
He was an Aries. I'm an Aquarius, Cancer rising, Virgo moon. Yeah. Look at them. They're like, that shit's not real. Like,
I don't know.
I'm a Toyota Camry.
ultimately, I'm a cunt. But men are always like, that's not real. And then you back them into a corner and they're like, I am a Scorpio with a Cancer rising and a Taurus moon. I feel deeply and I work very hard. Okay, the Las Vegas letdown. Here's where I need the advice, okay? I went to Las Vegas for comedy shows. Bad idea. Bad. I ended the trip early, shows got canceled, and I came back. I told him I came back for work. I really came back for him because I liked him. Okay. He was so excited, and he said, you know what? I love this. I can't wait to see you. I'm gonna pick you up from the airport tomorrow, and we're gonna go get breakfast, and then I'll drop you at your gym, and we'll walk George, and we'll have a great morning together. I said, okay, that's great. And then right around like 8 o'clock my time, 11:30 his time, East Coast, I just don't hear from him anymore. And he has my flight number, everything. So I'm like, hey, just letting you know I'm boarding, letting you know I'm getting on the plane. I land, left me at the Fort Lauderdale airport. What? Wakes up at 1 p.m., I think, I don't know, and says, my bad, got too drunk. So that's it. I think he fucked somebody else. That's where my gut's going. And then I brought it up to him, and when I brought it up to him calmly, and I just said, hey, that was a bummer, he interrupted dinner, and he said, I feel like it's too early for you to be getting, like, pissed at me about stuff. Why did this move from, like, funny to you guys are like, this is bad? Okay. So since Las Vegas, things got very bad. He started pulling back. I end things, but I regret it. We rekindle. He cried, by the way. He cried. Yeah, he was like, you really bamboozled me when you broke up with me. I was like, okay, well, I was sitting outside of the Fort Lauderdale airport like a fucking loser. And we agree to rekindle. We agree that there was something here and it was worth trying. And we make a dinner date for that Friday night. We're going to start fresh. We're going to do everything over. And he stood me up at the motherfucking restaurant. What? Never showed up. And when I texted him and I said, are you coming or no? He just said, Brittany, I can't. That's it. So see, I told you. Even when you think it's a fuckboy, my life is very sad. All right. My read, I think things moved fast, but he got scared like a little bitch. I do think someone else entered the picture. I think he hooked up with someone that night, and he got too drunk, and I just think he kind of wasn't maybe really who we fully thought he was in the beginning, yeah? Fuck boys.
Fuck. I can't believe he left you at the double. What did it for you?
Double. Freaking.
Why?
First of all, you're amazing, and for that platypus to not even pick you up.
I thought you were calling my pussy a platypus, and I was like, ew.
The airport thing was that's such an inconvenience. You know, you got all your stuff and you're in the airport. Then the freaking stand you up at dinner, and you know, feeding somebody is everything.
How many dates had you been on?
The airport thing happened after we were about 3 months in.
It's like a relationship.
Exactly, and that's another thing. He never
He's not a
wanted.
fuckboy. He's a terrible person.
That's
Sorry.
a trimester. I know.
It's a trimester.
Fuckboys, what's your diagnosis?
Super fuckboy. Ultimate.
He sucks. I just want to
He's
know
the
why he
worst.
sucks so much.